Yep. Congratulations to Niagara. They thoroughly outplayed us tonight. They played on both ends of the floor really well, and we have to get a lot better.
Questions?
Tim, what do you think went wrong today? It seemed like obviously rebounding, missing shots, but is there anything particular you kind of put your finger on that led to this?
I thought our effort level was not where it needed to be, in all fairness.
What about your effort didn't you
I
like?
didn't think we played hard enough. I don't think we communicated on the court at all to each other. I think guys were in the wrong spots on both ends of the ball, but especially on the defensive end. We didn't battle to try to rebound. We just gave up in there. Our guards have to get down there. We're going to play small and be a part of the action. They weren't. Obviously, we didn't make shots, but we're just stationary and standing still and just did not play typical Iona basketball today, and we have to get better.
You guys mentioned something that you had the 13-0 run, you cut to 4, and then there were some substitutions, and that there were guys who didn't know where they were supposed to be on defense.
There's a couple of missed rotations by guys who came in off the bench for sure. We had to make the subs because a couple of guys out there were a little bit gassed. I mean, Taylor Bessick, who was playing well, was one of them. He hasn't been back long, so he's still got to build his conditioning. And the guys who put in went out there and unfortunately had missed assignments. But we still made up for that. I mean, our teammates should have talked them through it when they were out there and noticed what was going on before it happened. And we have to do a better job of being a better team and helping each other out on the court.
Your seniors had, especially Sam and John, missed a lot of shots today. Some shots that they normally make, and that obviously happened. Were you okay with the way that they played otherwise, or did you?
I thought early in the game, we took contested shots too quickly, and had we shared the ball early in the game, it almost became a pattern. So we took them, and other guys got stationary out there, and kind of looked like it was, I want to get mine right now. And when you miss a few in a row, you start to struggle a little bit, and you want to get yours a little too much. And sometimes you got to mix up what you do, and maybe go set a good screen, make a good pass, get a charge, get a steal. We only had 2 steals, and we pressed. I mean, that end of the court was not good. John and Sam have been very good for us. They unfortunately both found a day where they weren't making shots the same night. But again, I don't think we moved the ball particularly well, and I think the Niagara moved it really well and found the open guy and took advantage of it.
Tim, when you made the 13-0 run to get within 4 before they went on another run, was there a sense that this team could pull it out even?
Yeah, of course you're feeling that way, and you hope when you went to the guys that we went to, I mean, a couple of them are pretty good players, that they would have just come in and kept that spark going. And I still think it's that whole idea of you got to come in off the bench, regardless of what your role normally is, with a lot of energy and bringing the defensive energy and making that what's your main concern. And I think, like again, Deshaun Much out for a week and a half, practices for a half hour, and we play him. And we gave him a chance. That week and a half, he was rusty. But somebody else in that court could have talked him through where he was supposed to be on certain things. And right now, that's not happening. And I know there's a lot of new pieces. I thought we did a good job of that when we were on the road at St. Peter's and we're out of way at the tournament. And I think today we reverted back to early season when guys were just kind of concerned about their job and their role and did not play on both ends like a team that we like to have here. And I know our guys are upset about it too, and I know we'll get better at it.
Speaking to Deshaun, any update on him?
It's really just the pain tolerance level and how much he can practice right now and just trying to get back in rhythm. I mean, he had just gotten back into it when he got injured. He had a good game and a half out in Alaska, and then he's out again. So it's tough. He's been struggling, but I know he'll be back.
Coach, how is Cedric doing? He made a couple of shots and he took a couple of hard shots down to the court.
I think he made 1 shot, right?
Yeah, 2, I think.
One shot. I'm just talking about that. That part of his game, I think, is frustrating for him because when he last played, he was shooting the ball really, really well. And right now, he's having a hard time buying a basket, but I think that's going to come for him. His just movement and the quickness that he normally has, probably going to take him longer to get that back. And we're trying to play him through it in hopes that by January, he'll kind of have another half a step or 3/4 of a step to his game. He's giving us the best effort he can give us every single time. And we believe in him, and he's going to be a big part of our future. So therefore, we have to give him these opportunities to kind of get back into it as a player.
You said you didn't think you guys were maybe as far along as you looked after you won in Alaska, and then you had a really good game on Friday. Is this kind of emblematic of what you thought? Maybe
reality is this. I mean, and I've said this, and I know my AD back there knows this line really well. We're a small, tough team when we shoot well. When we don't shoot well, we're a small team. Okay, and they took advantage of us being a small team today, and we didn't battle as that small team. Again, I think we only had 1 charge as well. It was 50-50 balls that we weren't getting on. It was just too many bad rotations defensively. I mean, if we played like we defended St. Peter's the other night, as badly as we shot, it would have been a game down to the wire. You know, I think sometimes when you come home, guys, all the new guys think, oh, it's at Iona, we're going to win because Iona always wins here. And this group of guys has not earned that. They've never, it's their first time ever playing together on Iona home court. And they have to realize the guys that came before them paid a price, and that's why we're so good here. And these guys have to pay a price on a daily basis, and I think that's something growth-wise that's going to take a while. I think new teams will do it in spurts, and consistency has to be there. So what maybe you guys saw in certain games, we saw this sometimes in practice, what you saw today. And that's why as coaching staff are concerned, like, how do we develop this team so this is something that may only happen a couple of times a year, because you're always going to have a couple of clunkers no matter what. And I also have to give Niagara a lot of credit. I don't want to take it away from them. They played their butts off, and they played really well. They looked like a team had just lost and wanted to get back in the win column, and who better than to win against than us, and they really competed.
Coach, how about Jordan Washington? 27 minutes today, 13 points. Do you feel like you've got to get him to watch his foul so he can play more minutes per game?
Yeah, I've been feeling like that since the day he arrived. And at some point, he's got to be a little bit more mature about using his energy in a certain way. But everyone wants to say Jordan on foul. Jordan, like, how about a guard staying in front of another guard so Jordan and our bigs don't have to challenge guys all the time at the rim? I mean, yes, sometimes it's him, and sometimes he's lazy and all that. But a lot of times it's our guards giving up, like tonight, we give up strong hand drives. Like, how do you give up strong hand drives and give up lefty layups to guys who are lefty? Okay, I mean, you have to have some responsibility to not put the pressure on our big every single time down. And I think that's where our whole team is lacking right now. Yeah, and we have to get better.
Taylor had a pretty good, when he was in the game,
Taylor played real well.
The rebounding was a lot better while he was in the game.
Yes.
How do you see his role expanding when he gets his conditioning back in?
Honestly, as he gets more conditioned, I see playing the two of them together a lot more. And I think we won't get beat up on the boards a lot. And I think, we'll do a few different things offensively than we have to do. But right now, for us to be good defensively, we need Taylor and Jordan to be able to play together more.
Coach, you think that a lack of defensive responsibility has a lot to do with the miscommunication on the floor and the frustration?
I think not even miscommunication, lack of communication. I mean, the first half, let's face it, it's easier, and I don't even know, we gave up a lot of points anyway, but at least we can try to get the players to react because the coaching staff is talking to them, and we couldn't even get them to move very well. Second half, they're down there by themselves. So if the players aren't talking it up, and we were talking about in the locker room just now, like every day in practice, you can hear guys talking about defense, rotation, help here, bring them this way, and all that. Today, you could hear the ball bouncing. You can hear the ball bouncing without a voice. That's an issue, okay? And it was contagious today, and normally it's not like that. It only takes one or two guys to bring it in the other direction, because then the third guy and fourth guy will start picking it up. And guys, you know what was good about this? Certain guys are really upset about their lack of playing time. So we point out, well, play harder on defense, and you'll play more. Talk on defense, you'll play more. It's not okay to come off the bench and have a missed assignment as soon as you get in the game. Like, you don't have that right. Some people have longer leashes than others. And as you progress through a season, certain guys prove what they can do on a more consistent basis, and that's a guy who might have a little bit longer leash. When you're on a shorter leash, if you're a bench player, you're on a shorter leash to start with. So it better be about you coming and bringing defense. And there was a couple of guys tonight that they made a shot or two, felt really good about themselves, and didn't worry about the other end. So it was just like, well, I may score my 13, but I gave up 19, or I may score 11, but I gave up 15. You don't win that way.
Anything else?
Okay, thanks, guys.
Thanks, Coach.